Goat Squad TV. I've been off the last couple of days, y'all. I didn't report on the Portland Celtics game because I was infuriated, so I refused to even report on it. Didn't really talk about it, but this is not gonna be a sports video. Um, I just seen some cornball post a video trying to say that Biggie Smalls, the late Notorious B.I.G., started the beef with Tupac. Now, let me just say this, man. Who gives a fuck on who started it? For one, Biggie did not start that beef. This guy named Alejandro Gonzalez, or whatever his name is, suck ass idiot, doesn't know his hip hop history, wants to act like he was alive when Pac and Big were around. He thinks he could just do a little bit of computer investigations and come up with his own conclusions by playing these different scenarios on what he thinks Biggie started the beef with Pac. That's ludicrous bullshit. It's complete bullshit. As a matter of fact, before Pac died, Pac talked to Big, and Big asked him what was all this beef about at the awards. And Pac clearly told him, it ain't personal. I'm just doing this to sell records. He said that to Big. Biggie even talks about that before he passed. There are people that were there who seen that. That said, they were friends before the beef. I'm getting tired of these young so-called Tupac fans coming out here trying to place blame 30 years, almost 30 years after Pac died. I can understand and respect a fan who's my age or older saying he feels Biggie started that beef. You have a right to your own truth, however you want to put it. That's fine. You have a right to rival whoever you're riding with. Although, in my opinion, the point of this video is to let you guys know how stupid it is to be between fan bases when both were very extremely talented artists who are dead. It doesn't matter what side you are riding on, fools. They're both dead. Pac is dead. Big is dead. They ain't coming back. So why are we even doing this? Why are we doing this? Whose fault or who was at fault? Like we're YouTube and Wikipedia investigating. Alejandro. Now let me tell you something. I'm 36 years old. Alejandro, you look like you 21, 22 years old. You just happen to be living in the West Coast and happen to be a Pac fan. You don't get to go and make these videos on your channel disrespecting another legend in a beef you knew nothing about. And it wasn't really even a beef. It was a misunderstanding between those two. And yet, this idea that Biggie was supposed to stop the shooting or knew that Pac was going to get jumped or ran through during that time in Quad Studios ridiculous when Biggie wasn't a street dude. He was a dude that sold drugs at one point, but he wasn't no gooned out. His goons were hard body, but Biggie wasn't no street dude. It's been said time and time again, Biggie wasn't no. He never even tried to attempt to even act like he was some street capo. That wasn't really him. He was loved around the hood. If you know his story, he wasn't really a street dude like that outside of selling drugs. And selling drugs don't really necessarily make you street. I know guys that live in the burbs that handle their business. I'm not putting their business out there, but we know what it is. I ain't dry snitching. I'm not gonna say nothing. Whatever. But to sit there and try to say Big was responsible and he got what he deserved in a way is cold-hearted and disrespectful to Biggie's family. And is also disrespectful to the people that were around that time. For you to make a video like that almost 30 years later We're talking 25 years ago, 26 years ago. For you to make a video about those two legends that are hip hop royalty when you weren't even really existing at the time they were alive, it's disrespectful. And I find it, as a hip hop head, I find that to be disrespectful. You don't even gotta like Pac or Big. But to sit there and do that is irresponsible. It's irresponsible. It's just like when I see these stupid channels that claim that they're one side or the other based on what? And they make a billion videos bringing up old interviews when Pac was alive or when Big was alive. And it's like this has become more like, I feel bad for Pac because Pac in a lot of ways gets remembered for the knucklehead shit. And although he did a lot of knucklehead shit, he was 25 years old, he gets remembered for a lot of knucklehead shit, and people forget how deep of an individual he was and what he stood for. And the dude was a poet, he was an artist, he used to be he was an actor, he went to acting school, he was a guy that was in the arts. He wasn't no street dude. He just ended up being caught in the wrong. He got caught in the wrong circles because Pac is Pac and he was a hothead. Got caught in the wrong circle, especially after he got out of prison. And Suge Knight bailed him out. We all know what happened, you know. So a lot of people remember Hit 'Em Up. They remember all that stuff. But they don't really remember Pac was a very conscious dude. They watch these documentaries, and it's always these dumb motherfuckers that always want to sit there and point out all the dumb shit he did. As of like, we're supposed to be proud. Pac, if he been living, would not be proud of the stuff he did in the mid-90s. Some of that nutcase stuff, like spitting on cameramen and all that shit sound cool, but a grown Pac, you're not going to tell me a grown Pac would like that. He would be down with that. A grown Pac would be like, nah, that's not the way to do it, people. A grown Big would be like, nah, that's not the way to people. That said, I'm not really feeling all this. I hate when people try to go revisionist history and try to put their own spins on something that happened almost 25, 26 years ago. Enough's enough. This side taking shit is corny. Gold Squad TV. I'm not even gonna say leave your comments. I'm not putting a damn comment section about getting lit up. I already know how this shit go. You just watch the video, you put a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the video, whatever you want. You'll speak your truth. It's a very controversial video. But y'all need to stop with the Pac and Biggie side taking. We need to unify as a culture. Gold Squad TV.